Good evening, my little ponies. This is Nightlife here. I have a couple of things to say, and after which I'll be bringing you Chapter 14 of Vinyl and Octavia University Days. Firstly, I am oh so very sorry for making you all wait nearly half a week. Actually, a little bit more than half a week for this next update. I got addicted to Doctor Who, and I've been staying up all night, every night, with a Doctor Who marathon, and I'm just on season 3. Damn you Brits! Why must you make such good television? Also, I got sick, and my voice is only just now being back to its silky, smooth, stuttering nonsense that it used to be. And to apologize, I'll be reading up to chapter 16.5. Up to and including. Yeah, you heard that right. For the first time ever, there's going to be a clop fig read on my channel. I honestly don't know what to feel about it. And on a more personal note, I've been having a bit of a paradigm shift in my personality. Or in myself. And in case any of you don't know, a paradigm shift can be, at least in my case, in this one case, can be attributed to a earthquake or an earthquake. It's a small shift, but it can be devastating. So I have that to deal with too. Just to figure out who I'll be on the other side. Let's hope it comes out for the best, huh? Well, anyway, this is chapter 14 of Vinyl and Octavia University Days by Dawn Fade. Let's hope I don't stutter too much, huh? Oh, the film fiction banner for Sweetie Belle. She's so cute. Although, I kind of miss a Scootaroo banner. Yes, that's right. I'm calling her Scootaroo. It's just so cute. No, Oh, also, I shaved off my epic beard. I need to get a job. Otherwise, I won't be able to bring you any of these updates. Octavia, I have a reputation to maintain, Viola muttered, cheeks red with shame as she tried to pull a beanie off over her eyes. Oh, shush. You sound just like... The child stopped talking abruptly, feeling her freezing in place. Like who? Like a broken record, I meant to say. Whatever. I still look stupid. Vanel tore off the beanie... Or tore the... Already. Ugh. Vinyl tore the beanie off her head and placed it back on the hook. Luckily, the shop wasn't very busy this early in the morning. Only two other ponies were nearby, and they were too busy obsessing over different colored saddles to pay the other couple any mind. Which was fortunate, because they weren't being very settled today. The DJ had been so drunk on the fact that they'd shared the bed again, innocently of course, not for long, that she hastily agreed to the plan her roommate had set out for the day. It was Thursday, so the Great Mare had two tutorials in the afternoon, which meant she wanted to get as much done in the morning as possible. Or sorry, 2 tutorials in the afternoon. Sorry. Remembering the difficulties that they explained on their spicy date a few days ago, or they experienced, sorry. Octavia decided that proper clothing was of utmost importance in the event that they would venture outside again. She had already secured herself some lovely blue boots and a white scarf. Boots on whose bikinis on top. I question you girls. Google it. With a white scarf, and was now attempting to outfit her roommate in similar clothes. But it looked great. It matched her main perfectly. Octavia persisted, following the DJ as she walked over to a different rack. Well, this isn't too bad, I guess. Vinyl plucked a grayish beanie from a hook, and pulled it over her head. Most of her mane still stuck out from underneath in a spiky mess, making her look rather cute. Octavia didn't dare say it as much out loud, of course. Pretty sexy, huh? Damn it, Vinyl. The cellist didn't reply verbally, instead fluttering her eyelashes and smiling. She may have been new to this flirting activity, but she was learning quickly, and as evidenced by the DJ choking on air for a moment. Is something wrong, Vinyl? Her smile grew. Recovering somewhat, the unicorn stepped closer. Damn it, Octavia, she whispered. That was totally unfair. Damn it, Octi. Damn it! Marshmallow ponies. I have no idea what you're talking about, the gray mirror replied innocently, brushing past her roommate in order to inspect her the hoofwear section. Now why don't you pick out some boots? You'll need them, especially if we go out walking at night again. All right. Vinyl turned and glanced at the display. How about these dark ones with the black rim? Rather droll, don't you think? Besides, I expected more colorful choices from you. But gray and black are my favorite colors, the DJ replied defensively. I'm only saying that it's rather odd. Octavia trailed off, and when Vinyl looked to see why, she found the cellist smirking knowingly at her. What's black and gray? Oh my gosh. What? Vinyl frowned. You're very sweet, but I don't mind if you want to pick brighter shades. Really, they would suit you better. Huh? It was Octavia's turn to frown in confusion. I mean, you're not doing this on purpose? Doing what? The DJ was getting rather bewildered at the odd behavior of her roommate. Her perplexed look gave way to a soft smile. Sorry. She waved her hoofs slightly to dismiss the issue. Oh, Vinyl, you're even sweeter than I realized. Don't worry about it. Okay. Vinyl turned her attention back to the boots. Screw it. I'm gonna get these, and I don't want to hear a word against them. Not a word. On the short trip to the counter, Octavia seemed to stay closer than was really suitable in a public environment. Yet Vinyl didn't quite summon the motivation to step away, as if standing next to each other in front of a shopkeeper was going to get them in trouble. Girls. Still, she hated how her first thought was of what other ponies might think. That kind of restriction was something she hadn't experienced in years. Her time in high school had affirmed her self-confidence to the point where very little could shake her. Apparently love can. All things are possible. Vinyl, are you alright? She asked. Wait. Yep, too far. But now she had a weakness. A gorgeous, incredible, amazing weakness. But still a weakness nonetheless. Octavia was the chink in her armor, the soft spot in her psyche. She was simultaneously the most valuable and most vulnerable part of her. She is Vivi. Oh. I am France, tu stupid question. I am plants. Sorry, plants, not France. As made canon by the doctor and his assistant, not Debbie. She now had So now she had to worry about what other ponies would think, for Octavia's sake. Before, she could ignore the opinions of others on the basis that she had no pony to answer but herself. To answer to but herself. Her parents had long given up, and she had no siblings. It was sort of why she became so self-assured in the first place, despite her failings. The world expected nothing from her, so nothing bothered her. This weakness, she realized, was an inherent part of her, of what she now shared with Octavia. Whatever it was absolutely crucial. It was this gap in her protection that allowed her to feel the way she did. Vinyl paid for the clothing on autopilot, still deep in thought. They exited the shop and stood for a moment in the street, letting the steadily growing crowds shuffle by. The shuffling masses of zombies. Get the assault rifles! I prefer a shotgun myself. Boom. It didn't take Octavia long to realize something was wrong when her DJ didn't say anything. Vinyl, are you alright? She asked, more than a little bit concerned at the uncharacteristic silence. Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine. The unicorn seemed to come out of her daze, or out of a daze, quickly donning a grin that put her roommate's heart at ease. Is there anywhere else you want to visit before we go home? Home, as in our home, that we share together. Home. I envy you, Vinyl. Nah, let's head back. I'm sick of sharing you with the rest of the world, replied the DJ, cheering internally at the blush on Octavia's cheeks. It usually meant she would be treated to an extreme close-up of those pretty amethyst eyes as they got through the door, which the fluttering in her chest admitted was quickly becoming her favorite. Was quickly becoming her favorite hobby. Excuse me. It was fortunate that the cellists seemed just as enthusiastic about their latest shared activity, because kissing was extremely fun. Staying up into the early hours of the morning, holding each other tightly, with nothing but the soft sounds of lips against each other to disturb the peace. It was magical. More magical than actual magic. I'm very sorry, every pony. I'm getting angsty on you. I need to take a short break to pinkify myself. Need my dose of Pinkie Pie, you know? And yes, that is literal. I'm not going to take any fucking drugs. I'm going to do it later. Be back in a second. Quite literally. Okay, I am back. I've had my pinky and I am so much better. I haven't a clue why I was so down. So let's get right back into it, shall we? I've done a little bit of head reading and things start to get ever so slightly saucy. Like you spilled a little bit of sauce on your sandwich and you mix it around and it's really thin. It's that saucy. Yeah. Not just barely enough to be called saucy. So it's not no saucy McSauce or something. It's more like a saucy McNeely sauceless. But still has some sauce, yes. As they walked through the streets of Manhattan, Octavia seemed to accidentally bump her hips against vinyls a lot more than usual. It wasn't much, but it pushed the DJ's mind into uneven terrain. It was a topic that was bound to come up sooner or later, but she guiltily admitted to herself that she wasn't exactly trying to stop thinking about it. If just I've messed up, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't. If just kissing was so fun, no, there's even wait. If just kissing were so fun, But those were dangerous waters to tread. Vinyl, Vinyl buried her. Vinyl buried the thought under a pile of worries and did her best to ignore them for the time being. Her cellist trotted along merrily, completely oblivious to the impure thought processes transpiring in the white pony beside her. Clop, 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 clop. As they entered and traversed the university's campus, Octavia snuck a glance at Vinyl, who was still grinning at something unseen. The cellist knew, on some level, that she really didn't have to sneak glances anymore, and that Vinyl probably wouldn't mind it in the slightest if she had to spend the rest of the day, the year, my life, eternity, just studying every facial feature. The only thing that stopped her was the ever-present fear of creeping her roommate out. Sure, she had gotten away with a lot of things lately, but there was no reason to push the boundaries. Vinyl hadn't even said a word when she woke up and saw Octavia sheepishly pushing her bed against DJ's, so that they could have more room to roll around during their experiments. Because that's what they were, really. She needed to find out if it was possible to kiss a pony until they could no longer articulate thoughts. It was, but further study was needed. Octavia was good at studying. Oh, you perverted little pony. Silly little Octi. You're such a perv. No, I'm playing. And some of the cellists found herself wearing a grin not unlike the one on the unicorn beside her, while entertaining some thought processes that were also not far removed from her roommates. As they wandered down the path leading to this... I just got the absurdity of those sounds. Ugh. The flesh under my ring finger is a dreadful red, and some parts are getting brown. And I'm not even black. I'm white as a cracker. 1 second. Okay, I am back. It turns out I had some chocolate underneath my ring. It was delicious. Alright, so... where was I? Schlagerhofen. Schlagermuschlagi. Crikey, my Schlagerhofen. It's gone. Where did my Schlagerhofen go? What are you talking about? My dick! You call your dick a Schlagerhofen? I can't pronounce the real name for it. You can't say penis? Don't say that word. What are you, a prude? Yes! Okay, that's enough back and forth with myself. Am I insane? No, wait, there's no question. I'm batshit crazy. As they found... Alright. As they wandered down a path leading to the student village, the two ponies noticed a particular street waitress stepping out of their building. Or secret waitress, sorry. She spotted them immediately and trotted over, blue and pink mane bobbing with each step. Vinyl tensed up and edged slightly closer to Octavia on instinct. For her part, the cellist summoned a warm smile while simultaneously mentally preparing herself for what could be a battle of words. Prepare your words. Shing. Ooh. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, huh? Comments that ain't for anything. Yes, my insignificantly tiny dick. Huh? Seriously, it's like I could take tack. Didn't even know that, dude. Oh, sorry. Octavia, I was looking for you. I said Bonbon as she drew to a halt in front of them. And, hi, Vinyl. The addition was as forced as it was awkward, the cellist noted. So she is more comfortable with me than with Vinyl for some reason. Interesting. I am GLaDOS. I will kill you with deadly neurotoxin. Hello, Bon Bon. How can I help you? I just remembered that freaking Trixie is probably dead in a ditch somewhere in the in the universe. Bec- I need to get back to reading that too. Maybe tomorrow. But now I have 4 chapters to read. Hmm. Oh, damn it, too much. Hello, Bonbon. How can I help you? Octavia replied, opting for a friendly tone. Well, yeah, you already have, actually. I just wanted to thank you. Have? Um, you have spoken to Lyra recently, right? The Grey Mare nodded. The surprised, the surprised reaction of the white pony in her peripheral making her feel a little guilty for not telling her sooner. Lyra was as much Vinyl's problem as hers. Did my words influence her? A lot. Bonbon stepped closer and looked around to make sure no pony else was nearby. She came into the shop while I work. Yeah, she came into the shop I work at. I won't go into detail, but she was really depressed. I went over to take her order, completely forgetting that she didn't know I worked there. It wasn't my brightest moment. The mare reddened, but pushed onwards. As soon as she saw me, she started crying. I never seen her cry at anything. Granted, I've only known her for a semester, but still, she's not the type to bawl her eyes out. Oh, and please don't tell any pony what I'm telling you. They nodded quickly. Well, all right. Well, I took my lunch break and we went to the back room to talk. Ooh, the back room, huh? Sorry, I had something in my throat. She broke down and told me all of these things that I had no idea about. Things that I didn't think was even capable of understanding. At some point, I asked her how she came to all these conclusions. She told me that you spoke to her, Octavia, and your words made her rethink everything. The Chillis tried to exchange incredulous looks with Vinyl, but the unicorn was too busy wearing a huge, proud grin. Which is why, Bonbon continued, I wanted to thank you. Honestly, I think you saved my best friend. I think you saved the best friend I ever had. I can never repay you. So much good being done. So much good. Yon Central in the Mentral. The general area of Bumud's tail. Yes, her tail. Not anything else. Octavia was beginning to realize that Vinyl wasn't the only pony who was more complex than they appeared. It seemed every pony has their own stories, and even if she didn't quite understand them, she could at least be happy she helped them. But there was one little problem. I'm very glad to hear you two are friends again. However, I must ask, did you tell her about Vinyl and I not exactly being enemies? Bonbon's eyes widened. Oh no, definitely not. It couldn't have been further from my mind. After a moment, she cocked her head to the side curiously. I know it's none of my business, but are you two together? Octavia had lowered her defenses as soon as it became clear that Bonbon's intentions were good. So instead of replying with a carefully planned and convincing response, she sputtered a few nonsensical noises and fell silent. Fortunately, Vinyl stepped in to reply in her stead. What makes you ask that? She said, trying to maintain an air of nonchalance. Nonchalance. It just rolls off the tongue, does it not? Link. Ow. The cream-colored mare's gaze focused very deliberately on every article of clothing the two ponies wore. When I followed it, finally realizing what Octavia was talking about in the shop. Gray and black boots and beanie? How did I not see that? So it goes as a story. You see, today I shaved off my beard. It was an epic beard, but I needed to get rid of it for a job, and which I desperately need. And I live with my parents still, not for long though. Hence the job. And it took my father all of 6 hours to realize I'd shaven my beard. Now, I'm the kind of guy, I've had that beard since I was a freshman in college. I am now 2 years out of freshman in high school, sorry. I am now 2 years out of college. So I've had that beard for at least 6 years now. And it took him the same amount of hours to realize it was gone. And I live with this man. Well, kind of. Alright, my story over. Back to Vinyl's not seeing things. Whatever the word is. Still, part of her felt giddy with happiness at seeing her cellist wearing her colors in return. It was completely unfashionable and had a terrible contrast, but she wore them anyway. White and blue on gray. I could get used to that. Actually, the white and gray is actually... no, never mind. The bunny does not like it. Bun does not like it. I'll stay with you. That's why they call me. Oh, I'm sorry. My computer crashed just now. Luckily, I was able to recover the disk files, and I was listening to Loyalty by Mando Pony and Acoustic Brony. Good song. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah, I could get used to that. So we're wearing clothing that just happens to be the same color, the same as each other's coat in Maine. That doesn't prove anything, Vinyl said defiantly. It was a shaky retort, and she knew they were in trouble. If you say so. Everything looks pretty clear from where I'm standing, anyway. Bonbon smirked at them both, making it clear that she wasn't about to believe any excuses. Octavia managed to reclaim the ability to form complete sentences. But I'm sure you're not the kind of pony, the type of pony who would go around sharing your theories with others. Hypotheses. Theories are tried and true, or have yet to be been tested many times, and have yet to be proven false. This is a hypothesis based on an observation. Sorry. Science nerd. The blue and pink... The blue and pink maned mare had the decency to look offended. Of course I'm not. Gossip was what almost ruined my relationship with Lyra in the first place. Regardless, please try and be careful. I won't tell any pony, I promise. It's the least I can do for you both. Us both? Repeated Vinyl, raising an eyebrow. Well, yes. It's clear to me now that you're not nearly as bad as Lyra used to insist. Please understand, she is a very complicated pony. Bonbon had a strained expression, sorry. Where the buck did I get a relationship out of expression? As if desperate to make Vinyl see Lyra differently. We didn't mean anything by the jokes we made in class, I swear. She was a different pony, and I don't really have an excuse. I thought they were funny. But we were still sorry, though. Vinyl thought over for a few moments, then broke into a grin. Ponies who held grudges never got far in the world, she reckoned. Ah, how true those words are. Don't worry about it. The gray mare beside her also started to smile. I'll prefer a friend to an enemy any other day. Friendship harder. Luna, Wuna stuck. Wuna stuck on the moon. Friendship harder. As if friendship is a verb. I need to go friendship for a while. I'll be right back. Bonbon beamed. Great. I admit, it was pretty daunting telling you all of that. But Slack was right. You two really are nice ponies. Their jaws dropped, unnoticed by the happy cream-colored pony. Well, I'll talk to you later, new friends. New friend. I did that a bit too well. She giggled and trod past, heading back to the main area of the campus. Psych? Croaked Vinyl. Is there anything that Pony isn't involved in? Octavia said disbelievingly. Gasping in realization, the unicorn rounded it on the cellist. Well, if he knows, did he tell her to come see us? How does he know we live in this building? He's spying on you. Ceiling Psych is watching you masturbate. No, Ceiling Psych is watching you clop. Ceiling Psych is watching you clop. Yeah, I could not do that for an entire... Ugh. I'm sorry, I won't be doing clops in Gilbert Gottfried voice. That just tears my throat up. Not in the good way. Vinyl, perhaps we should take us to our room. Octavia knew she couldn't put off telling Vinyl about Psych any longer. Guilt flooded her mind as she realized she probably should have told her a few days ago. They made haste into the building and the stairs, welcoming the warmth inside. The cold was less noticeable when they had clothes on, but it was far from gone. Once inside their rooms, Octavia deliberately took her time, taking off each boot. Trying to stall the dread moment for just a bit longer. Vinyl pulled her beanie off, letting her hair resume its former shape. Pomp. No, main pomp. You can see it, but I told you that the hair flag over my head. Main boner. Son of a bitch, hasn't been paused this entire fucking time. Nope, it hasn't. Alright. Yeah. She slipped off her boots and approached her roommate slowly. In any other circumstances, they would have moved in for a kiss, but she was far too worried to be in the mood. Do you know something I don't? She asked quietly. Why I sounded British, I do not know. Octavia cringed and looked at the ground. Please don't get angry. Scoot abuse. No scoot abuse. No, scoot abuse. Please don't send me any scoot abuse. Oh, and I'm still taking requests. Even if it's your own. Selfish plugs are encouraged. Is that a fucking cockroach? 1 second. Ew, it's all over the screen. Yeah. 1 moment. Okay, and we're back. That was thoroughly disgusting. I'm ashamed to say I actually threw up. Good thing I just scrolled down for a page. Please don't get angry. The unicorn felt a stab of pain in her chest at the idea. She quickly moved closer and raised the cellist's chin so she looked into her eyes. I'm not gonna get angry. Just tell me what's up, 'cause I feel out of the loop here. Ugh, no pony tells me anything. Taking a deep breath, Octavia took the plunge. Psych is the current student counselor. When I went to see a professional, it turned out to be him. Jamming her eyes shut, she continued quickly. I told him everything. How the arguments were fake, how we became friends, how how you make me feel? Her voice dropped to a whisper. Everything. She didn't share. She didn't dare open her eyes to see Miles' reaction, for fear of seeing those garnet eyes laced with disappointment, or rage, or sadness. Damn, they just get worse and worse. It would be too much. It would be too much. If I don't. I am so sorry. I was confused about so many things, and oh ho ho. The feeling of lips quickly pressed against her indicated that it was time to stop talking. It was a short peck, meant to silence and reassure simultaneously. What did he say? The DJ asked softly. He gave me some advice. It gave me the courage to come back to you and, well, you know what happened. He didn't say, I knew it, or anything. No, definitely not. He was completely professional. Miles sighed in relief. I'm glad to hear some. I'm glad to hear he's not as much of a douchebag as I thought he was. His final just called Psych a douchebag. Oh, ponies. When you cuss in non-follow clop or club, it's so funny. I'm glad to hear he's not as much of a douchebag as I thought he was. Oh no. But I'm still kind of hurt that you didn't tell me. She immediately found herself enjoying some close-up, the extreme close-up she had been thinking about earlier that day. It was impossible to not immediately accept the cellist's apology. You know what? I'll get over it. With the words out of the way, she moved into return fire. Oh God. Oh gods. No, sweet Luna. You know, because Luna invades your dreams. You know, I've yet to see a clop fic that involves Luna invading a wet dream. Seriously. I don't normally agree with clops, but oh, who am I kidding? That would be awesome. Luna, you can invade my dreams anytime. Oh, we could have a rave, and maybe have sex during the rave. No. Sorry. That was my uncivilized side coming out. The beast. With a gigantic 17-foot finger. Yes, finger. Nothing else. Okay. This was something she had considered during her reverie at the shop. She had thought of Octavia as a weakness, albeit one she couldn't do without, but a weakness nonetheless. It may have been true, but it wasn't the extent of Octavia's influence in her life. Too far. As she had just felt, her chose gave her strength, the strength not to let little things affect her. Affect her. Nice on the grammar, son. Shows her greatest strength as well as her most vulnerable weak point. It didn't matter what Syke knew, or that Bonbon suspected, or that every pony else would probably know soon enough. All that mattered was Octavia, breathing hard and blindly trying to pull Vinyl closer than was physically possible. That's where fat girls come from. If you get that reference, I'll give you a bro fist. And then a hoof bump. No, bro hoof. I will give you epic bro hoof. That will explode and leave us unaffected. Although our mains might be a little scorched and blown backy. At the end of the day, as long as she could come home to her cellist, nothing else mattered. That's it. Okay. Now, here's a little author's note. And it deals with the unimpure thoughts that were going through the little pony's heads. But first, this. Another new addition to the story's steadily growing soundtrack was made by Les Soldats Pony. It's a delightful classical instrumental that encapsulates Octavia's mixed feelings and how they conflict with the way she was raised. I didn't realize that part was apparently so moving. Regarding the clop, if there is any sex scenes in the story, they will be submitted in a separate story altogether and linked from here. I understand that people like reading pony romance in certain levels. Some just like flirty, playful banter, some like the pure, emotional bonds between two beings in love, and some like the full-on progression to events leading to and including sex. So I'm going to play it safe and make any questionable scenes entirely skippable, underlined, and non-hyperlinked. Sorry. Hyperlinks are usually a shade of blue that I cannot place. I guess I'll call it hyperblue. I'm sorry. By those who don't want to read them. That said, I believe that sex is a fairly important part of romantic relationships, and I will not be avoiding the issue in the main story. As beautiful as their growing love may be, it has manifested inside two beings, who I have attempted to make fairly realistic. They have flaws, hopes, and desires like any sentient creatures. Oh, because cartoon ponies are so realistic. They can have 15-foot cocks. No, that's a furry thing. No. Please don't draw hyper ponies. No. I can't bring myself to completely ignore the desires part on the off chance that a reader might find it disturbing. I hope I don't lose anyone because of this, but it's the way it has to be. To summarize, there will be no clop in the main story, but the issue of sex will not be avoided. Also, this has over 18,000 1,800 favorites now. That's nuts. You're nuts. I love you. I swear I'll stop writing massive author's notes now. Oh, Dawn Fade, you have all of my love. Well, what little I can give some pony I've never even met. Which is a depressing thought since... Well, okay, some pony I've never even spoken to. Sorry. And that's it. That was chapter 14 of Violet and Octavia University Days by Dawn Fade. This is apparently very popular. So, I am taking requests, but this will be the main target of my stuttery, mumbling, moaning, murring, wrong fandom. Neighing lips. From the laughing lips of Sappho himself. I like that. From the laughing lips. My lips are always laughing. That or doing other things that are less wholesome. Like eating sugary cereal. Alright, this has been Nightlife the Reader. Nightlife out. Face ground.